Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo with another video for you. And these are some new acquisitions that I picked up on a recent trip. Back doing, my work trips, business trips or whatever. And usually I like to find some time when I am on these trips to visit local record stores in the various cities that I go to. And so last week, I was in Missouri in the Columbia, Jefferson City area. So I visited a store in Jefferson City and a store in Columbia. And so what I'm going to show today are the records I picked up at the shop in Jefferson City, which is called In the Groove. Neat little store in the capital city. And I was really amazed by what I was able to find there. All these records I got for $10 or less. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 records for like $55. So I thought I did pretty well with this. And the first one I'm going to show you is this very interesting. It's an Art Tatum, all right? So this is an Italian pressing, actually, of this Art Tatum record. The back here of it, it's got a little booklet on sort of, on the inside with some, more information. The interesting type of record sleeve, that slides in there. So that was kind of cool. The cover is in really, really great shape. And then the wax itself is in pretty good shape. It was a $7 record. So here's the, the label that it was on. So this is a Fabri Editori. It's a mono. It says stereo mono. So I'm not exactly sure which it is. But the reason I picked up the Art Tatum is he's a jazz pianist from these songs, I believe, are from, did it say here when they were recorded? Yeah, from the 30s and the 40s. There's one song here from 1933, the opening track, T for Two, but then there's another one, a T for Two, that was recorded in 1944. Most of them were recorded in 1944, 1945. I didn't have any Art Tatum, and the reason I picked this up is there is a very good documentary right now on Hulu about one of my favorite jazz pianists, and that's Oscar Peterson. And I remember during that documentary, Oscar Peterson was talking about, the first time that he heard Art Tatum, and he was like totally blown away. And in fact, he was thinking, I'll never be able to play like that. But, Oscar Peterson, just an amazing jazz pianist, and it's a really good documentary. I'll recommend it. And so I got a needle drop here from this, and it's the song titled Taboo. So that's some Art Tatum. You can definitely hear, that this is like a, an older recording. But the record itself, you know, I mean, there's maybe a little bit of surface noise, but really what you're hearing is, you know, the noise of the recording from, you know, the 1940s. So that's our Tatum. Really happy that I picked that up. Another one that I picked up, and they had several copies of different releases by this guy, Eric Dolphy, who is one of my favorite all-time jazz musicians. And but this one was, you know, it was, again, this was one of the more expensive ones at $10. But it's a really good recording, decent shape here with this cover. And again, you know, there's a bit of surface noise with this particular recording. But, you know, the Eric Dolphy Memorial Album made me think of Frank Zappa's song, the Eric Dolphy Memorial Barbecue. And we've got Eric Dolphy plays bass, clarinet, and flute on this album, which is kind of interesting because, you know, they picture him with a saxophone, you know, and he's not playing saxophone on this. He plays saxophone on other recordings, but not on this one. And so this goes in with my Eric Dolphy collection. As I said, he's one of my favorites. And the record label is this very simple label of Exodus Records. So, you know, very simple label on there. 2 songs per side, and really sweet flute playing, and of course excellent bass clarinet, just an amazing musician. And the song for the needle drop I have for you is the Jitterbug Waltz. So there you have that. Good stuff. Really like Eric Dolphy. Now I picked up some more, 2 from the same musical artist, you know, titles that I never see. And that is Count Basie. And this particular release, I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. I mean, really nice glossy cover. It's a jazz club release. So photos on the inside here. On the jazz club label, as you can see here, really good find for me. And the needle drop I have for you is the song Basie Boogie. Good stuff. And I picked up another Count Basie album that they had. The Count Basie and the Eric Dolphy, I believe, are the most expensive records that I picked up from the store. This one looked, when I visually looked at it, looked like it was in great condition, and it turned out it really was. So this is Count Basie and his orchestra, Breakfast, Dance, and Barbecue, featuring Joe Williams. And this was a morning show at the Americana Hotel in Miami. So, geez, when was this? 1959. So this was recorded in 1959. They were in Miami, and so they did this morning show during breakfast at the hotel, and then they caught their flight to head back. I think they were going back to New York City. So really kind of this cool little stamp on here, inspected by. It again is a really nice recording. So, it's got some surface noise, but I am really pleased with this find. It's on this roulette label, which I'd never seen before. I don't think I have any other roulette labels. And the song I have for you is one that features Joe Williams on vocals, and the song is 5 o'clock in the morning.
It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and there is no one on the street but me. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, there is no one on the street but me. And I'm evil, tired, and lonely, 'cause you're not where you ought to be. I'd be so happy, baby, if you were where you ought to be this morning. I'd be so happy, baby, if you were where you ought to be.
Nice material. What a way to have breakfast, when you're staying in Miami. Now, the next couple ones that I am going to show, I don't have needle drops for them. Didn't really think they were necessary. Plus, I think with this one, I was kind of afraid of a copyright strike, or at least that it might get blocked. So, but yeah, I saw this, the Supremes, A Go-Go, which I have seen on occasion on like eBay, where people are asking like outrageous money for it. And I think even some people were like paying outrageous money for it. I think there is one particular pressing, that is highly collectible. But I looked this up, and it appears to me I have a first pressing. But, in Discogs, it doesn't have a really super high, median price or anything like that. And I got this for, $5. And it is it's on the Motown label. It is a stereo. It's probably the mono that goes for a bunch of money, but, on the Motown label. But it's it is a great one to have in your collection, if you like the Supremes, because it's got a lot of hits on here. You Can't Hurry Love, Baby, I Need Your Lovin'. They do a cover of These Boots Are Made for Walking. And they do a cover of Money, That's What I Want. Hang On Sloopy. So, yeah, great stuff on here. Really nice. So I'm glad I have that in the collection now. And I found the 12-inch version of this Casablanca release. This is Donna Summer, I Feel Love. So I recently found the 45 in an antique store. So that's the I think it's like a 6-minute mix, or maybe 5 minutes and something or other. This is the 8-minute and 15-second mix. A song very influential that when this was this particular mix was released, you know, very much influential in the disco music scene. This is from, what is it, 1977, I think? Yeah, 1977. And I'll get this for $5. There's another song on here too, theme from The Deep, Down Deep Inside. That's an all right song. I mean, I got it because of the I Feel Love on the Casablanca label. Really, really nice find there. And then when I saw this in the bin, I was like, I've got to have this. There's just no doubt about it. I mean, my God, I'd never seen anything like this. And this is DJ Tiesto and Mexi Jazz doing Dance for Life. Look at that cover. Man, that cover is so freaking cool. And, you know, here in the back side. All right. So side one is the standard 12-inch mix of the Dance for Life. And then side B is the slow mix, which is okay, you know, but man, the 12-inch mix, we're talking really, really sick. I mean, this is some seriously cool dance beat going on here. I was amazed when I saw that, and it's in really, really great condition, both the cover and the wax. And I got a bit of an extended needle drop for you on this one. when I mentioned this, you know, in a comment on Stunt Rock Confusion, Stunty's, you know, video, he was, you know, in his style, he was being a bit dismissive of DJ Tiesto, and but you know, and he was urging me to listen to LFO, and you know, I finally did. You know, he recommended LFO Frequencies, which was their debut album, and I did finally listen to it, and I do really, really like it. However, it's not dance music, okay? You know, Stunty has, he in one of his videos had a really great way of explaining, you know, how he responds to music. There's two ways. Music that affects him in his shoulders and his hips, and then the music that affects him in his head and his heart. And, you know, to me, the LFO Frequencies, it affects me in my head and my heart. It doesn't make me want to dance. This makes me want to dance. This is such an excellent groove. Really, really like this stuff. So those are the records that I picked up on this trip at the In Groove in Jefferson City, Missouri. You know, leave a comment in the down under if you like. Remember that I am also on Instagram, but my handle there is NewsDude76. That's NEWZDUDE 76. And also remember pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead.